Well, I got back out turkey hunting this year, and there's some mistakes that I made. In fact, one specific mistake that I want to make sure to share with you so that you don't make this mistake in the future. So, did I harvest my first turkey with a bow? We're about to find out coming up here.
Here's your shot.
Holy fish, bud.
I'm Sean Ritter. I love the outdoors, hunting, fishing. I work a hectic, not traditional job, and I love being a dad. This is my outdoor journey and how I manage my time. I'm here to help you rethink your time and join me, Return to Wild.
Welcome back to my channel, and if this is the first time we're meeting, I grew up fishing and bird hunting all of my life. When I found out I was going to be a dad, I walked away from all of it to enjoy the first couple of years of my son being born and growing up. Well, now that he's getting older, I'm getting back into my favorite outdoor hobbies, and if you've ever been in that situation or are looking to check out something in the outdoors for the first time, I'm here to help you out. So whether it's hunting, fishing, camping, I'd love you to join me on this journey and hope maybe I can inspire you to try something in outdoors. So before we move on, go ahead, click subscribe, and be sure to click the bell notification so you don't miss an episode every Thursday when they drop. All right, turkeys. A lot of times they get looked at as kind of ugly birds and looked down on. I think they're pretty and majestic. When you think about a bird of that size that can fly, it's really cool. Whether you turkey hunt before or you're thinking about maybe trying it sometime in the future, there's some mistakes that I made. In fact, one specific mistake that I want to make sure to share with you so that you don't make this mistake in the future. And we'll get to that coming up here in just a couple of minutes, but I kind of wanted to set the stage. Now, where I grew up in my past experience with doing any sort of bird hunting, I've had great access to amazing private lands to hunt. And this is my first time hunting public land. Living where I do now in the city and not really having friends that hunt with me, I'm forced to find public lands. And I will say, after this first time experience hunting turkeys on public land, I have such a different respect for all of my fellow public landowners that are out there. Day one, I go out into a field in an area that I'd scouted in a previous episode. In fact, the link is below if you want to check out what that experience was like and kind of some of the things that I found, set up, and well, this is how day one went.
All right, so here's what we got. There's at least two gobblers that are ripping out here in front of me. So I've got my decoy placed about 20 yards or so facing me, because when the bird comes, it'll come and face it head on, which will put its tail toward me, and you get a chance to draw back. And then when it turns broadside, you get a shot at it. So that's one thing, a tip to remember. Sounded like from the same direction when I was last out here on the last episode, and I was scouting back that way. We can't be this lucky on day one, can we? Here, way back there again, ripping. Fingers crossed. All right, so to get a reference, I'm going to show you guys what the hide looked like from. So I'm sitting next to decoy here. As you look forward to where I was and just how you literally could not see where I was. All right, so that's a wrap. Day one, turkey season, Wisconsin. Nature 1, me 0.
As I went into day two, I thought I would try some different things, but there was another curveball that was thrown at me. When I had first walked out of the truck and got out into this first kind of field that I went to, my first habit was always to give the old owl hoot, the hoo, 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 you know, and birds would gobble in the distance and kind of figure out where I wanted to go. Well, that morning, 3 birds off to the other side of me started going like crazy. And this is a field that is still public land, but I'd never been over there. I thought, let's go check that out. And I met a little surprise when I got over there. Oh, the joys of public land hunting again. Out here for day two. I just got a truck. I just start walking into a field to kind of cross, and I hear 3 gobblers just start ripping. Another field over, which happens to still be public. I get over there and I'm crushing along the edge, trying to sneak up to the tree line where they're roosted up.
try and get set and get ready. And then I hear chirp, 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 chirp. Got beat to the spot. I hope that guy gets a bird today, though. He's in a real good spot. Now we're going back in the hardwoods. All right, so day 2. We're set up a little bit differently here now. We actually snuck down to the hardwoods. I kind of walked along into an edge. I found there was a 2, I think, were roosting up yesterday that I couldn't get to commit because I'm wondering if instead of cutting across where I was, they came down this sort of hillside because it looks a little tore up. Like, and you're scraping. It's coming like off roost right down this way. Because I said it looks pretty tore up in here. I was walking through this area of the woods yesterday. I actually found a turkey egg. You may have seen. Which is crazy. But, I mean, so they're obviously working and using this area of the hardwoods. I mean, it's great habitat, so it's just whether or not they'll intercept them. So the height isn't nearly as good as yesterday. Alright, so I made just a little bit of a move. Really just a couple feet over. There was this deadfall tree that's next to me. I was laying down. I thought it was a better spot because I kind of got a hill down here. So between being able to hide down the hill, but hide behind this stump here, it was just going to hide me a little bit. I was feeling just a little bit too exposed in the spot that I was. This way it breaks me up. I got the sun coming behind me. So they're not going to have sun beating my face anyway to show me off. So I should be able to hide behind this. Gonna give me again another shot to get a good draw, and then I'm set to kneel and take my shot. We've only been out for just over an hour, right around an hour. I've heard more gobbles today than when I was out here scouting. So that makes me feel really good. I got a gobbler coming real close. In fact, it's like 2 of them coming from each side. This, hear him? He's getting closer. This might happen today. Damn it, I'm getting jacked. I've never shot a turkey with a bow. I want to make this my first. He's coming. He got hard there. It's hard. Hard to hear with all those geese going crazy too. There's another one over here. That sounds like he's moving faster, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. There they are again. There's no one that way then. It's all kind of crazy. I just turned my head like this. And right over here, there was a hen. And she popped back into the woods somewhere next to me, so she's somewhere. And around here, I heard her kind of purr a bit. It's crazy. Still no sign of the gobblers over there. One over this way, and the 2 behind me. We're still going at it. I don't know if they're maybe henned up, and that's why they don't want to play, but I'm trying to give them time. See what happens. Well, and just like every other time, everything went completely silent now. I just had one little kind of response rip just 10 minutes ago, but it has been... Oh, there's a gobble, but he's a lot farther away. So, not looking good today. Again, public land, man. You can't control it. and jumps onto the private. I've not been able to peel these birds off of private. I came close, but...
All right, so day 2 turned out to be absolutely crazy. One of the most fun hunting experiences I'd ever had. Kind of chasing birds down and getting them to field and having them seem to be excited about me. As I was walking out that day, I went right back kind of through the same area that I started off in. And funny story, I come around a tree, and in the exact spot that I was set up, first thing in the morning when I got into the woods, there's a hen standing there. Turns, looks at me, boop, boop, and then up the hill she goes. So I thought, man, what happened? Well, after talking to some more experienced turkey hunters, I think I figured out why day 2 wasn't successful when it felt like it would be for a while. Natural habit of those toms that I was following through the woods into that eventual private field that they were at could be a few things. One, that was probably the field that they wanted to strut in anyway. And 2, really the mistake that I made, I think, as I called at them and they moved farther and I moved closer to them and called at them again, I was following them. Turkey habit would be when a tom is real fired up and thinks a hen wants to come to him, it's come to me, come to me. So as I kept following, they thought that, well, me being a hen was following them to their field. And so once they got there, they were waiting for me. They didn't want to budge off of where they were. The only way, however, that I could have handled the situation differently was after kind of the second move would have been to get back around behind them and try and use a different call to essentially be like a different bird. They thought I was coming to them. They were never going to come towards me, which is, I think, why that never ended up happening. I couldn't, however, get around behind them because, well, they were on private land and there's no way for me to leave the public and get it just... So, I mean, it was just one of the situations that wasn't going to work out, but it was still a lot of fun. It was awesome, and to, get close to turkeys, to hear so much gobbling. Going to day 3, I was really excited. And when I got there, I noticed there was no other vehicles around. In fact, the guy that was in the first field on day 2 wasn't there. And when I gave my locator hoot, I noticed the only birds that responded back were in that field. So I thought, well, obviously that guy's not there. Let's go give that field a try.
Well, I feel like that's where we're gonna wrap it. I don't know what happened today, but it's crazy that it went from such a loud and just intense day yesterday, a ton of birds, I saw a bunch of birds, had birds, it was insane, to like literally dead silent today. And I moved back into the hardwoods where I'm sitting right now. I saw the turkeys. I was walking out yesterday. This was the first spot that I sat in yesterday morning. And there's not a sound. Tried an owl hoot, tried a crow. Not a gobble anywhere. Nothing from even down the way. I mean, this area was so loud yesterday, and it is just silent today. I don't know, but running out of time. A couple raindrops starting to fall. So we'll give a bit here, but in case nothing happens, I'll wrap it here. And that'll be it. Kind of bummed, y'all. Super bummed.
So what a disappointful day 3 after a really exciting and loud day 2. I kind of thought that was going to be it. I wanted to spend Sunday of that weekend with my family and hang out. But I talked to my wife when I got home, and the more I thought about it, I would have been disappointed with myself if I didn't at least give it one more try. So I went out for a 4th day and thought, well, it's got to be better than yesterday at least. So I went into the woods and I went straight into that area, that very first spot that I was on the 2nd day. As I'm walking in quietly, I get a tom that just gobbled at me from about 50 yards away. I knew instantly I had to stop. That was a spot I said if I wasn't going to press any farther, I didn't want to chase the bird out. So that's what I did. So there I am, the fourth day. It's gone dead silent. And I'm sitting there watching the wood ducks in the trees and thinking to myself, man, this is really cool. This is still nice. It's relaxing, being in nature. I've really enjoyed these last couple of days. And then I thought about my family, and I thought, man, there's a wife at home, a son that I love, and a hot pot of coffee. I'm not someone that packs it in early. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it to win it. I'm there to grind it out. I actually never felt better about my decision to pack it up then. I enjoyed the experience. No, I didn't harvest my first turkey with a bow, but I think I learned a lot. And that's what any adventure into the outdoors is. Success being what you make of it. To me, I learned so much being the first time hunting on public land. I took away a lot of notes, something that's going to help me going forward in the future. And I hope by sharing this experience, I've been able to pass along some of that knowledge to you. Whether you're someone that's never turkey hunted before and is thinking about it, whether you're someone that is going to try it for the first time soon, or you're someone that's turkey hunted maybe a few times, I'm hoping that I can help you out some way. So if you love that sort of thing, if you want to be a part of this community, because that's what I'm here to do, is to share my experience to help others. Whether you've been going and doing outdoor things forever, or you're just thinking about it for the first time and want to see what it's like, I want to show you that it's not a scary, daunting, intimidating thing, and literally anyone can do it. So click subscribe, join me on the journey. You can follow me on my socials. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. In fact, if you have turkey hunted before, if you're someone that's turkey hunted a ton and you're watching this going, wow, dude, this is what I would have done, I want to know. Tell me. So it can help me and can help others that are reading the comments. What would you have done differently on any one of these days when it comes to turkey hunting? Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you on the next episode where I've got an announcement to make, a little secret of something really cool coming right here to this channel that I think you're going to dig, especially if you're into fishing. I hope you have a successful week, and we'll catch you on the next one.